Right, so I recently went through 5 characters that I would want to be added to Disney Speedstorm. None of them have been added yet, but then again, we've only had one content update since then, but I thought it would be fun to come in again and give another 5 characters that I think would be fun picks. And not just characters, but I guess seasons themed around them as well, like who I think would be cool, because I think the movie surrounding it has a lot of characters that I think would be cool to put in the game, and also like who I think their crew members should be as well. And I'm gonna start off with what I think is the most glaring one, the character that I thought should have been put in the game instead of Bo Peep, Zurg. I think we're still very much missing Zurg, and he's not a crew member. So my obvious thought is, well, there's got to be a plan to have Zurg come in as a character. I reckon any of the big villains of any of the movies, or the collections that are already in the game, like Gaston, I think is a done deal. I think they're making Gaston. I think they're making Hades. I think they're making Shan Yu. I think those characters are coming, and I think the same thing with Zurg, and he's definitely at the top of my list. You could package him in with like Stinky Pete or like Lotso from the third movie. I don't know, but yeah, I just think it's interesting to look at the characters that aren't already crew members and kind of slot them in and think, yeah, there's probably a plan for that, there's probably a plan for this, there's probably a plan for XYZ. So yeah, Zurg, very much like at the top of my list for characters that already have a collection. I think it's a massive missed opportunity not having Zurg and having Bo Peep instead, because I think Zurg is a much more recognisable character. I think there's more you can do with that moveset, and maybe they wanted to put a bit more time with Zurg in the oven and release him when they can make him really, really cool. I think that's the plan. But yeah, next character I think would be really cool is Tron. I think Tron would work really well. Also, Tron, Light Cycle, most of that movie, or like a lot of that movie, is on a light cycle. To the point where when Tron is in Kingdom Hearts, a lot of that world is like light cycle sequences. So I think Tron, put him on the light cycle, have like Cora or Kiora or whatever her name is, and have like Kevin Bridges' character as well, and like have a mix between Tron and Tron Legacy characters in the game. I think that would be kind of cool, and to have Tron have have a skin which turns him into the evil version of Tron that's in Tron Legacy. I think that would be really cool. I think that'd be really fun. Tron's just a cool character. I think he's made for a game like this. So yeah, Tron, put him in. I think another one that's kind of like, that I think would be really fun. We've only got like one live action character at the moment, and that's or one live action IP at the moment, and that's Pirates of the Caribbean. So I think another live action Disney movie that is screaming, I think screaming to be made into, to be put into Disney Speedstorm is probably Mary Poppins. I think Mary Poppins is like popular enough. It would get a lot of people talking. It's a character that a lot of people really like. And you've got choices. You could either do Emily Blunt or you could do the original. The actress I know but escapes me at the moment. I think that'd be really fun. I think it'd be an out there pick, and you probably only have like 2 characters from that movie you can make playable. You have Mary Poppins and you have Dick Van Dyke's character. You could have like a skill for him where he where he goes from being where he like has like the penguins from the Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious song, or you have a thing with him being like a chimney sweep, having like a load of chimney sweep stuff fly out. I think that would be fun. But yeah, I think Mary Poppins, I think that's like a twofer. That's like a like bonus character thing to come alongside a bigger season. But yeah, I'm not saying that any of these characters will come anytime soon. I think that's it's something that can come way down the line. But I just think it'd be fun. I think it'd be interesting. Another one that I think would be cool, my number 4 pick is, and one that I have seen very few people actually talk about, a like classic Disney movie that I think really needs its place in the sun, really needs its place in here. It's kind of been forgotten about in Kingdom Hearts. I think I would really like to see Peter Pan. I was tossing up between Peter Pan, Tangled. What do I want to see first, and what would I prefer to see? I think Tangled is a twofer. I think Tangled, you do Flynn, you do Rapunzel, and I think that's all you need. You can kind of do Mother Gothel as well, but what would her moveset be? What is her... How do you make that a fun character to play as, anyway? But yeah, I think there's a lot more fun you can have with, like... I think you only need Peter Pan and Captain Hook. I think the Lost Boys, I think Wendy, I think that... I don't think they'll be fun enough as characters in their own right. I think Smee is like... He's like your epic crew member for Captain Hook. But I think it's another twofer. I think they're coming alongside like Aladdin or a Hercules Part 2 or like something else. They're coming alongside something instead of being the main season itself, because I don't see anyone wanting to play as Wendy. I don't see anyone wanting to play as any of the other Lost Boys. I don't see anyone picking Smee over Captain Hook. But yeah, I think those two are perfect for the game. And I think Neverland would be a really cool area as well. And actually do Neverland. Don't do a Kingdom Hearts 1 where you have, like, the Big Ben and a pirate ship. Don't do that. You already have a pirate ship track. The final one, and the one that I think is a definite not going to happen, never going to happen. I think it's an IP that Disney has completely forgotten that it owns and completely forgotten about it. Who remembers Spectrobes? the Disney Pokemon rip-off thing. I think the entire basis of me wanting it in this game is because the main character in Spectrobes, Rallen, who is the character that I see being put in the game, he's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, who is also the voice of Spider-Man in the Insomniac Spider-Man games. I friggin' love that voice actor, and I want I want him in as many things as possible. So, and hopefully, if we get Spectrobes in Disney Speedstorm, then, and it's something that's completely divorced from any other Disney thing. It's completely its own thing. I would love to see it, because I love Spectrobes. Or I love Spectrobes Origins. I don't necessarily love the DS games a huge deal. They are nostalgic for me, because I grew up playing them, but I don't think they're good games. I don't think they stack up to Pokemon. They're completely different. It's a completely different thing. It's a sci-fi thing. It's not like going around catching Pokemon and making them fight each other. It's like friggin' alien invasion, the Crawl, Spectrobes fighting the Crawl kind of thing. But you do catch monsters to level them up, evolve them into more powerful versions, and then like even more powerful version of the third one. It's interesting, and I would like to see that series come back. It would more than likely be on Switch, which I do not own. But I would love to see a new Spectrobes game, so I think the only way to do that is to get some more notoriety for it. And also, I'm a stickler for the weird pick. I'm a stickler for the characters that no one else is going to think about. So no one else cares about Spectrobes, I think, as much as I do. And no one else would even think about, oh, Disney racing game, let's put Rallen from Spectrobes in it. But here's me being like, that's a frickin' genius dynamite idea, because if we do that, then we get Spectrobes 4, we get whatever a Spectrobes 4 would be, we get that IP back, and we get more Spectrobes games out of it. So as a backdoor kind of reinvigorating of a dead series and a dead IP, you know, we also get a cool character out of it. I don't necessarily know what kind of crew members would be there. The crew members would probably be different Spectrobes. You could probably have Gina be another racer, or Crux, the main villain from that game, as another racer. I just think it would be really fun. It would be really out there, and people would ask questions and be like, who is this character? And they would go back and, you know, not necessarily play those older games, because like my DS that I've got down there doesn't even turn on. So, you know, what? You know, it's going to be very hard to find a DS that works, let alone a copy of the original Spectrobes game that A, works, and B, isn't in ungodly amounts of expensive. Plus, you know, probably massively impossible to track down now. So I don't even know, but people can like read up on it. I think there's several shorts of Spectrobes. There's several like animated shorts. But yeah, I just want that series to come back. So I think using Disney Speedstorm as a way to like, I think because Disney Speedstorm is a Disney game through and through, I think more of the video game stuff that Disney's done, like, I think it would be really cool to get some representation for like Epic Mickey stuff, and I think it would be really cool to get some representation for some of the other games that Disney has done. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know how many games Disney has done that are divorced from like movies and that, but I just think it'd be really cool to get more like game centric stuff for Disney Speedstorm. I don't know what the legality and the rights behind like Spectrobes is. I just think it would be fun to see, because I like that series. I like those games. I want them to come back, and this is an easy way to do that. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what you thought of the picks that I gave. Some other like honourable mentions that I think would be fun. I kind of would be interested to see Hunchback of Notre Dame, Quasimodo, Esmeralda, Phoebus, and not Claude Frollo. I don't like the idea of having a like perverted Christian baby killer in my whimsical Disney racing game. I don't like the idea of that. I think The Little Mermaid would be fun, especially since they just had the live action movie, which sucked, but you know, there's like, that's popular in the pop culture's zeitgeist now, because of a terrible live action movie. But you know, that's kind of like a given. That's a gimme. I think Winnie the Pooh would be fun. I don't know if there's enough characters in Winnie the Pooh to do characters as well as crew members. But yeah, outside of that, I think it would be fun to get them in the game. But I don't know how that would work with like crew members, or just having every character from Winnie the Pooh be playable. I think that'd be fun. I think Big Hero 6 is like a done deal. I think The Lion King, I don't know how it would work, but I think it would be fun. Yeah, I think the sky is the limit. The one thing I don't want them to do, and I think Gameloft have said that they have no plans of doing this for any like considerable time in the future, is like Marvel and Star Wars. I don't want to see Spider-Man or like Luke Skywalker in a freaking kart racer. I don't want that. I don't like that idea. Is it fun to theorize about that? Sure. But would the reality of having friggin' Iron Man in a car or in a kart racing alongside friggin' Sully and Jack Sparrow, is that a thing that you want to see? Is that really a thing that you want? Is that gonna be as cool as you think it's gonna be in your head? No. If this was, say, like a Multiverses thing, where it was like a Smash Brothers clone, or like a Disney fighting game, then I can see that working a bit more. I can see that working a bit better. but because of the kind of game that this is, I don't really want to see those characters come into this. It would look too Uncanny Valley. I think Incredibles is as much as you can do. Probably like Big Hero 6 is as much as you can do, because those are animated movies. I know I said about Mary Poppins earlier this video, but Mary Poppins is like a light whimsical movie. The Incredibles is still like, it's like a Pixar thing, so the art style still meshes, because it doesn't make sense for Sully to be driving a car. It doesn't make sense for Woody to be driving a car. It doesn't make sense for the Beast to be driving a car, but they work for the art style. I don't think, and sure you can do like a Disney Infinity thing, but I don't necessarily see that working, to be honest, especially with characters like an Iron Man. It's just something that I personally don't want to see, and I don't think we are going to see that within the game's lifespan. I don't think that's a thing that Gameloft have thought about. I think they're strictly thinking about the Disney movies. I think they're thinking about Disney pure, like in its purest form, and Pixar as well. I don't think they're looking at like Marvel, Star Wars. I don't think they're even looking at like Blue Sky, which Disney owns now because they own Fox. But yeah, those are the characters that I would like to see. There are 5 more characters that I would like to see. Let me know in the comments below what characters you would like to see in Disney Speedstorm. I will see you guys in the next video. Also, let me know what you think the 2 remaining seasons, or what characters you think will be dropping this year. What 2 characters do you think will be dropping alongside Lilo and Stitch? Also, another thing, if it doesn't get revealed before this video goes up, I would love to see Cobra Bubbles as a playable character in the Lilo and Stitch package of characters. That's just one of the ones that I would like to see. Do I think it will happen? There's a possibility. Cobra Bubbles is in Disney Sorcerer's Arena, I want to say. Yeah, that's the one. He's in that, so I think there's reason to put him in this. I think he'd be cool, and he's a popular character. Outside of Stitch and obviously Lilo, I think he's the character that people remember from that movie. He's definitely like the 5th most memorable character. No one wants like that Peter Andre wannabe in a racing game. That's like putting Shang in a racing game, but then they did that, so I don't know. Yeah, let me know what you want to see, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Base.